Something really important just happened that'll affect generations of Australians, and so naturally, because it's journalism's sacred duty to be as shit as humanly possible, they instead reported on Seriously, Pauline Hanson just wore a burqa. Here's what one antisocial nobody in my gross Surrey Hills bubble who's following more people than they have followers on Twitter said. At least she's finally unmasked her racism. Oh my god, that is so not witty at all. E-journalism gets angry at accusations of being a bunch of bird brains when what they do for a living is parrot tweets.
Must have been a slow news week.
It wasn't a slow news week. The media's just slow. This got next to no coverage, but the first Australian Renewable Index report just came out and it found that Australia has more to be proud of than just being the birthplace of Todd McKinney. Or, as I was known just past infancy, the toddler. Just me, no one else was known as that. It found that as of this moment, right now, Australia is currently generating enough energy to power 70% of the houses in this country from renewables. So to quote an Italian guy that started wearing a singlet at 9, hasn't stopped and is currently staring at a massive ass.
Wow, so nice.
This means that all Australia has to do to be completely run on clean energy by the early 2030s is double the piddly amount of renewables we're currently building per year, which everyone from university professors to economists to even big energy companies now are saying that this is not only achievable, it is economically desirable. Everyone except for the Business Council's mascot, Nat King Coalhead. And of course the Liberals, who have trashed even Labor's very conservative 50% renewable energy target by 2030 as reckless. Based off what? The same stuff the universe is made out of. Nothing. So while everyone else might be technically right, we're cosmically right. Yeah, you got you there, mate. Let's just take away the fact that we're facing a future where we live 12 feet under the Earth's surface and sporadically go out and forage into the before city for
precious cockroach legs that we fashion into leggings and a sapling. Grandmother warned me about these. Maybe I shouldn't have fashioned her skin into a bunch of condoms.
Let's look purely at the economic cost for killing off renewables.
Oh yeah, that's definitely the most important aspect.
I found a dead rat. Plenty fresh.
Mate!
Fury Road. The squeakquel.
Before the coalition defunded climate programs by $3 billion so they could extend the lives of coal plants that were going to be shut down due to old age,
Wouldn't you do everything in your power to save the life of someone you love?
Australia was leading the world in battery storage technology, which is as crucial to renewables as it is for dogs to make this worried facial expression while panting.
What's all that about?
Okay, so the way I did that makeup is, because of that massive removal of funding, Australia's best and brightest in the field of renewables moved to America, where they started working for the bad guy in Blade Runner 2049, Elon Musk. As if he didn't know this when he sold technology back to us in South Australia that our tax dollars pioneered.
Beautiful, isn't it? Not as beautiful as these, baby ears.
And if that isn't enough evidence that the Liberals are about as good at economic management as KFC is at not hiring teenagers that look like caged chickens.
I'm the real dirty bird. I haven't bathed in 2 days.
Renewables are cheaper to build, maintain and distribute than coal plants are. And yet the coalition are insisting on building some of the last coal plants on Earth. So, how have we achieved this extremely impressive level of clean energy despite the Liberals acting like medieval tower guards towards renewables?
Who goes there? Silent like the wind, you are.
It's because of... Even I'm tired of giving them props. Hanson! No, I can never get tired of that. Such voluminous hair! It's because of Labour, who tragically have no voluminous hair. It is no coincidence that states that Labour has held government for the longest period of time are so far ahead of the rest of the country in renewable energy output, while New South Wales, run by Professor Snape, is at the bottom. ACT, Labour held for 16 years, has exceeded its target of 90% renewable energy by 2020. It'll be 100% clean energy, probably by 2019. South Australia, Labour held for 15 years, has well exceeded its target of 50% renewable energy by 2030. It reached 57% clean energy this year. Victoria, Labour held for 3 years, first state to legally enshrine its emissions targets. Queensland and WA, Labour held, not for very long, already made massive progress on the state's former climate policies under the Libs, because as soon as these spirited away coal helpers are out of the picture, everything starts moving in the right direction. You remember this the next time you're trying to sound broody cool at a party that...
Man, no one's doing fuck nothing on climate change, including me. But at least I've got an excuse. I'm currently pinging
What's the government?
Wind turbines are ugly, that's what.
But Labor's is that they're playing a little political game called let's not have the mining industry drop another $100 million
They took our job! They took our job!
campaign on us, so they remain in opposition and can't do shit. Very long name. We're currently conducting a Senate hearing on how we can shorten it. But just like the coalition saying before elections,
Under a coalition government, there will be no cuts to schools, no cuts to hospitals, actually quite a lot of cuts.
Labor says
There will be no cuts to carbon emissions under a Labor government and, actually quite a lot of cuts.
but the proof is in the shortened bread. From Labor-run states smashing their renewable targets to Labor's carbon tax plan, which remember, before the election they said they weren't going to introduce, but Labor says one thing and does another, don't they? And sure, the carbon tax wasn't going to reach its UN-mandated 5% reduction in carbon emissions by 2020.
It was going to triple it, bitch.
Well on track to reducing Australia's carbon emissions by 15% by 2020. While the Liberals are on track to not only not reach the 5% reduction target, they're going to increase our carbon emissions. So while Labor's playing a political game to get out of opposition, how about you play a little game called Stop Your Bitching? This is not hard. If you want a clean energy future, it is a no-brainer which party you want. In power.
The Nick Xenophon party?
No, Labor.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't have gotten that from the rest of the content on this channel, bros. Thanks for clarifying.
Please press the subscribe button now.
Come on.